Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. And if you are new here, also welcome and remember to subscribe. I'll figure out the introduction. Today, we are facing Wolves as the last game of a very interesting weekend. And it's one of the most critical games in our season because if we win, we go fourth. If we lose, we remain sixth. And next week, we are facing Man City, a rejuvenated, back to form Man City. As always, whenever we face a team, they always just find a way to change their form just before or when we are facing them, which is unprecedented and very diabolical. Anyway, this being our most critical game, and based on the last Maresca interview, like pre-game interview, like we have a huge problem because Palmer will likely not be there. Like that's very assured. He has missed like this training sessions since the last game. But then there are other also doubtfuls like Lavia who missed that training sessions in Friday. I'm not sure if he missed on Saturday and yesterday, and also Enzo and Colwell. Which means if all those doubtfuls are not to play this game, we'll have a very thin squad to choose from. That will mean like people like we'll need to have like people like Chaloba and Tosin at the back, and at the mid we'll have only Caicedo. Which I will say like Wolves, if we go all out on attack, like if we just play 4-3-3 and then we have Nkunku and Felix playing as 2-8 or 2-10s, we might win this game with so many goals. But that also means like we will concede. It will be like the other games where we scored 6 and they scored 2. But then Wolves have really, and it's not just Wolves, it's a lot of teams have really managed how to hold, like I've always said, the D area, and that's like I'm repeating myself every other day, like the D area. And when they hold the D area, we fail to score because all our goals just depend on Palmer, either Palmer creating or Palmer scoring. We need to create through the wings or score through the wings, and that is also what Maresca said in the interview. I'm just not sure if you have given the wingers enough confidence because scoring from the wings also means like the wingers have to dribble, they have to shoot, and we have to allow them to make mistakes. Now, are we able to allow them to make mistakes? Because the way we play, we usually have a very forward, like an inverted fullback who is very forward. So whenever we make a mistakes, it's always a chance to the opposition side. Unless Maresca chooses to, like I said in my previous video, unless Maresca chooses to not give like the fullbacks the freedom to go forward as they please. And I've seen it in a lot of games. Even Guardiola yesterday, like decided all his fullbacks are not going to go forward. And I think that's why they made a clean sheet. They had a clean sheet. And I think that's what we should, because this thing of playing with the inverted, these things always change so quick. Like the formations that is applied to a team, it only takes like a maximum of 7 games before teams just decide like, okay, this is how to like to inhibit, I don't know if that's the word, like to stop these people from playing their games. So this thing of playing an inverted winger or an inverted fullback has been overplayed, and a lot of teams have managed to like have found a way to prevent them from influencing the game. And if we continue doing the same way, and I think that's the reason why we have not even scored in the last 5 games, we need to be very dynamic, very variable, like change a lot of things. And that's what I think Maroska should do, because if we continue the same way, teams will always find a way to play against us. And It's not just me. I have sampled some of the people who like the squads and how a lot of people have been talking online. This is one was the squad. Uh, my prediction for Chelsea: Nkunku forward, Joe Felix as 10, Neto, Sancho, Fernandez, Caicedo, Tosin. Again, I think it's going from this fact that Cole will not be there, Lavia will not be there. Fernandez has put him, but also if we are going for doubtful, Fernandez will not be there. And him putting Nkunku and Felix, I'm not really sure. I think like with this squad, I'm just saying like we'll expose ourselves. Like the defending in this squad is not that great, and as much as I don't like Nicholas Jackson conversion rate, I think he plays a huge role right now for the people who are in the squad. Like think is the most appropriate guy to lead the forward line. Nkuku can play 10. You'll find a position for Nkunku or Felix, but Jackson has to play 10 until we bring another striker who can convert and also press. And then this case, say Cole Palmer out against Wolves, I know a guy. Okay, Felix can replace Cole Palmer, but he'll not play the same way as Cole Palmer. Like, you wouldn't expect Felix to come back to take the ball, and he likes to drive the ball. And driving the balls means he will make more mistakes than Cole Palmer, and probably he'll make more shots. Like, they play just a different game. If we are playing that game where we dominate an opposition and we are squeezing them within their box, I'll prefer even Felix. But on any other game, like Palmer does a lot of things. Like he creates chances, he comes back, he's a midfielder come striker creator. Like he's everything in this game. And then this other one also has their predicted Chelsea versus squad where he has Chukwemeka. Like this one is just taking a shit. Okay, he's right to some extent. Okay, Chukwemeka can also be an influence in that 10 position and he'll offer more defense than Felix and Nkunku. And also, right now it's like everybody has just given up on Nkunku. Like everybody is expecting Nkunku to be sold or be loaned. So Caicedo, Renato Veiga, Disasi. Why is he bringing Disasi in this? Like this guy is just taking a shit and he's not even including. He just wants people to talk. I don't want to talk with them. All we need is 3 points today. Nothing much you're asking from the last. So the Gava had better plays. Cause of course, that's right. Like if we don't win this game, like our season will be over. Like because if Man City gets the way Man City plays, the way Forest plays, like you can guarantee they will be in the top four. Arsenal and Liverpool is also guaranteed. Like Arsenal probably not, but Arsenal on their good day they are getting that top four. So if we need that top four, we need to win this game and not lose against Man City. I know winning against Man City is a hard thing to do, but not losing will guarantee we remain top four even next week before we start getting all those slightly favorable fixtures and also building on our forms. I just need Maresca to find another way to win these games because if he doesn't, I don't know. I've always said like if I go back, I'll say like Maresca was not my favorite coach, like my favorite signing coach. He wasn't. I prefer that guy who went to PSG. I used to feel like of all the coaches that we signed, the Napoli guy, Sari, was one of my favorite. coaches because his game was not like that Barcelona tiki taka. His game was so quick at times, like quick, not in the movement of players, but quick in the way the ball moves. And people used to call it boring, but it was all helping us. Like we just needed people to. He didn't. He hadn't even signed people to play. Like other than Jorginho, he hadn't signed like a lot of people who fueled or who fit his game. But he knew to play with all those people who were there. Like he was playing that game, and we always had above 70 position, and we lost certain like very few games because they couldn't score us if they didn't get the ball. Anytime they got the ball, we got it back. We had like an average of 70% possession. We were position 3, I think, and we won Europa. Hey, I think something is wrong.